What is not universally standardized today that really should be? Paper sizes, without a doubt. The A series of paper doesn't often get used in America, but it's a unique bit of engineering that doesn't get enough love. Why? Well, because of two specific features. The first is how standardized it is. It's based on an A0 sheet, which is defined as being exactly 841 by 1189. Those might not seem like standardized units, but it comes out to 999,949 square millimeters, or almost exactly 1 meter. In fact, without rounding errors, 1 square meter is how A0 is defined. Cut it in half and you get an A1 sheet. Cut that in half and you get an A2 sheet. You can keep going down and down and down practically to infinity. Well, you would, except sizes are rounded to the millimeter, and so the closest you could get would be a 1 by 2 sheet. But still, that's pretty damn small. So an area of 1 square meter makes sense, but why such weird lengths? Why not just stick with 800 by 1250 and have done with it? That's where the second feature comes on, divisibility. When you cut an A-series sheet of paper in half, the resulting pieces both have the exact same ratio of dimensions as the original. If you cut, say, a US letter-size piece of paper in half along the longest side, it won't have the same ratio as the original. If you tried to print 2 pages on one sheet, they're either going to end up stretched and warped, or you're going to have to leave space to make it fit, neither of which is ideal. With the series, you can easily print 2 or 4 or 8 or 16 identical sheets on the same page without changing the aspect ratio. The reason for this is because the size lengths are defined as 1 square root 2, which looks fiddly, but is actually the only way in which this could happen. The trippy fact then, remember how I said you could go down in size, to A1 and A2 and A3 and beyond? Well, you can in theory, although it's not standardized, go up in size too, to A-1, 2 square meters in the same ratio. Then to A-2, 4 square meters, and on and on and on to truly huge quantities. As a result, it's perfectly fine to claim that Russia is almost exactly, to within a 0.4% margin of error, the exact size of an A-34 sheet of paper.